Why hello there, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, and Happy Festivus to the rest of us. Today we're going to be taking a look at that mystery Visiontek box that we decided to purchase. Once again, not a sponsored post. Anyhow, it's going to be pretty cool. I don't know what's inside of it. It seems pretty light, so not much would be my guess to that. But let's take a look and see what's inside. So, first, I'm going to cut the top. I think we'll have a couple graphics cards in here. They were selling for $5, $10, and $15 for the mystery box. And we'll see what's inside. Ooh, let's tip this baby on its side. Got some paper. Delicious. Ooh, we have a brand new box. Now that is fancy. I believe this is going to be our... Oh, maybe this is our good or better card. I don't know. But it is... interesting. It's got one of these ports. I've never had a card with one of those. I don't really think I can tell exactly what... Oh, this is a 5450 with one of these ports. So, well, that's a very unique card. I guess I'm glad I got it because I don't have a single card that has this type of port on it. Not sure what it is. I guess it's VHDCI. Interesting. Cool. So that's going to be one of them. I'm guessing that's the either better or good PCI card. Take a look at this one. Got another, what appears to be 5450. They must have been scraping the bottom of the barrel when I ordered mine because about 2 days later, I think they ran out. Anyhow, this one has a HDMI and DVI. This is almost certainly like a 5450. No, it's a 7750. Ooh. This is actually a GCN card. So I'm actually kind of excited about this. 7750 GCN card and has 1 gig of GDDR5, I'm guessing. 1 gigabyte, and they all had GDDR5. So yeah, this is going to be a decent card, especially for a single slot, power efficient graphics card. I'm definitely going to use this in a build at some point in time. Maybe a shit card showdown, who knows? More paper, delicious. And there falls another. Let's see, what one is this? Is this the AGP? Yes, this is the AGP card. Please, dear Lord, tell me it's one of the 3000 series. It looks like it might be. That's a really big cooler for an AGP card. Let's see what one it is. It is the 3850, 512 meg. That's probably one of the best, not the best, but one of the best AGP cards ever made. So yes, we're definitely going to be doing a video on this. Look at how huge this is. It even requires an extra PCI power. Only have 512 megs of video RAM. Probably DDR2 would be my guess, because most AGP cards came with DDR2 except for the 4670. Anyhow, there we go. That's another really nice, actually really happy with this one. So the Visiontek 3850 AGP card. Awesome. Now let's take a look. There's a box in there. I'm curious as to what that is, but first let's see what is behind all this paper. And we have, ooh, this is a really chunky card. Ooh. What be in here? This is a legit pretty cool card. Alright, so I'm not sure what this is. I'm going to have to take a look. Actually, one of those cards was a PCI card. I'm guessing the 5450 was probably the PCI card. This is, pardon my head in here, I'm not actually sure. Doesn't quite say what card it is. I might actually have to take a look. Could pop off the heatsink and see what the GPU says. It doesn't say on any of the numbers back here what it is. That's cool. This is going to be a mystery card. We're going to find out together what this card is. I'm sure some of you probably already know, but I'm not familiar with this cooler design and this and this. Probably a, well, it's a high-end card for whatever it is, because Visiontek doesn't usually put these kind of coolers and these cool little brass-looking brackets on things that are not high-end. So I'm kind of curious about that. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. We'll plug it into our PCI port and see what it is. I don't think there's going to be anything else on the bottom of this except more delicious paper. Delicious. It's going to take a long time to eat all this. And finally, last but not least, we have... this is the PCI card. It's a 3450. So, not anything special, but it came in a cool little Visiontek box. Yay. Let's get ourselves my handy-dandy knife. I know I probably just triggered a whole bunch of you by cutting along and not an edge. But anyhow, let's see what's inside. There's actually quite a bit inside. Yeah, there's a whole bunch in here. Ooh, this is cool. So it's got one of these adapters to two DVIs, which is kind of useful. And then we have two DVIs to VGA. So that's cool as well. So I'm guessing this is a definite workstation computer, workstation. Yep, there we go. That's really kind of cool. I don't have something like this. This is going to be the PCI card. So we're going to take a look at all the cards once again. And yeah, so this is going to be the PCI card, the 3450. Nothing special, probably a whole whopping 128 meg of RAM. No, 512. 512 megs of RAM on this, not bad. And then, so that was our PCI card. It even came with catalyst drivers. Hooray! Not as though I want to use them. We have the 7750, which I'm actually really quite pleased about. 1 gigabyte model, of course. And GCN architecture. Can't go wrong with this one. This one's going to be better than the 7570 that we once did a benchmark on in the GT610 video. And I got this for $15, so definitely a good value there. I could probably resell that for like 30, maybe 40 on the eBays. And then we have the 5450 that has this interesting little connector here, and these are often they are only for workstations that need multiple monitor setups. That's the whole reason these cards exist, and this little output here is proof that that is the case. And then we have the 3850 AGP card with 512 megs of RAM. This one I am extremely pleased about because it's one of the fastest AGP cards on the market, except for the 46. There's a 4650 and a 4670 AGP card that I would consider to be faster. Anything in that line less than that is not going to be faster. Anyhow, this might even have DirectX 10.1. It might be able to play Overwatch, which would be fun. Playing Overwatch on an AGP card, but I'm going to have to take a look at that. I'm really exceedingly pleased with this one. So, take a look at the back for you. Really kind of cool. And here's where it says the 3850, 512 megs of, maybe that's DDR3, I don't know, it says D3, but I'm going to have to take a look at that. It might be DDR2, might be DDR3. I'll inform you guys in another video when we do some more stuff with this particular card. I actually have a perfect build for this card too. It's a Socket 939 build that we are going to be doing just for funsies because I have the parts lying around that were all brand new in the box. Of course, this is not going to be brand new in the box, but it is refurbished, so I guess that kind of counts. And then finally, we have a mystery card that I do not know what it is. I'm guessing, judging by the fact that there's S-Video on it, is probably a 2000 or 3000 series, a higher end 2000 or 3000 series, and the fan doesn't like to turn, which is not a good sign. Ugh. Yeah, that's a sticky gummy fan. Maybe that's why they sent it in for RMA and they didn't fix it. Maybe they did fix it. Maybe it's just because it was out in the cold for a very long time. Anyhow, that is that. I'm going to have to take a look at what this card is. It's a PCR card, so we can plug it in and it'll tell us. So, thank you folks for watching the unboxing portion. Now stick around and we're going to have a fun little portion where we find out what this card is, because I'm really curious. Alright, before we go put this in a computer and try to figure out what, drivers to get for it, well, we need to know what kind of card it is to figure out what drivers to get for it. So let's do some theory crafting on trying to figure out what kind of card this is. So, if we look here, we have two DVIs and a S-Video. So this probably puts it in the HD 3000 or HD 4000 line. Anything before that, they usually had VGA on it. And we can tell this is a premium card. It's got a really chunky cooler. It's got a backplate, which is kind of premium, especially for Visiontek, who normally does not do such a thing. And it has, most importantly, the biggest telltale factor of what card this possibly is the fact that it has two 6-pin power connectors. Two 6-pin power connectors means two things: that this card is, number one, going to be extremely overclocked for whatever core is in here, because the 3000 and 4000 HD series were actually relatively cool and relatively small chips that didn't require much power. The 4850, for example, only requires one 6-pin power. So this means that if this is a 4000 series, it's a HD 4870 or HD 4890, in which case this is a crazy good card to get in a box like this, which means it's also going to have a 1 gigabyte of GDDR5 in it, which is going to be awesome, which means this could possibly be the fastest DirectX 10.1 card ever made, at least single GPU card. They have the double GPU card, I believe. The GTX 295 is that's just a regular DirectX 10, and that would be faster because it's two GTX 285s in one card, and then there's the HD 4870X2, which is just two 4870s in the same card. And this could be a 4870, could be a 4890. Also, I don't think it's going to be a 3000 series because I don't believe there were any 3000 series that had 2 power pins. So it looks like this is going to be a 1 gigabyte card, a DirectX 10.1 card, and probably a 4870 or 4890. So there's how I do my theory crafting when I don't really know what kind of card I'm looking at. You can really kind of tell what kind of card it is just by looking at it if you know what you're doing. So now we're going to plug it into the computer and see if we were actually right. All right, onto the computer.
All right, well, we were right. It is indeed an HD 4870 with a slight 30 megahertz overclock over the standard 750 megahertz core clock with 512 megabytes of GDDR3. This card should be more than capable of playing Overwatch, so let's do that while we go into a little bit more depth about this card. So, the card itself has 800 stream processors at 780 megahertz, which makes the graphics core about 10 times as powerful as the R5 220 we just did a video on, so not bad indeed. In addition, it has 512 megabytes of GDDR3, like we said, at 950 megahertz. It is admittedly not a lot, however, for it, you can still play some things, as you can see right now. I'm really quite happy with this. So there you have it, the Visiontek unboxing. Got quite a few unique and nice cards, especially for the price. If you guys want me to do more of this sort of thing, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, normal content will be resuming shortly with one of the most requested video card reviews on this channel. So stick around for that sometime next week. As always, thank you folks for watching. May your frame rates be high and your prices low. And I'll catch you folks next time.